Hi guys, in this tutorial I will show you how to make a high poly medieval seaside fishing house in Blender. Now this tutorial is designed for absolute jerks, absolute beginners. So if you're a beginner, well, you're in luck. But if you're an intermediate user, then you're also free to follow along and make a pretty decent 3D model. Okay, so first I'm going to delete all these objects. Now I will use an accurately scaled human mesh as a reference so that I can know what I am modeling and so that I can pull things off in real world scale, which is perfect. I recommend always use a human reference when you are doing environment modeling. Okay, so the model that I'm going to be using is a free 3D model which you can download for free from the link in the description. Once you download it, now I will show you how to use it in Blender. To open a downloaded mesh into Blender, go to File. Here in Import, you can see a bunch of options. These things ask you which type of mesh is that you want to import into Blender. We have Lambda, motion capture, collada, and a bunch of nonsense. Do not worry, let me show you how to deal with these bullies. Go to the folder where you downloaded your mesh. Here you can see its file name, which is Blenderverse. But beside the file name, you can see .dae. This shows its file type, which is collada. So go to File, Import, and select collada. Double click the file and boom! You can see that it loads up in our viewport. Now this is a 6 feet tall human which we can easily use as a reference. Anyways, you can see which buttons I press in the bottom right here. Hit Shift A on your keyboard and this menu will pop up. In Mesh you will see simple objects like cubes and planes which we can use to model complex meshes. Now as we are making a building, I guess we should use a cube. So click the cube and you will see the cube appearing in your viewport. While selecting the cube, if I hit G, then I can freely move this bad boy. But then if I press Z, then I can move it along the Z axis. And then if I hold down Control, then this cube will snap to grid and we can actually place it on the first grid, which is our ground. Now we can't see our handsome guy as it is inside the cube. If I click the cube twice at the position of our guy, we can select it through the cube, and which is magic. Okay, so move him out of the cube. He may die in there. Up here we can switch between several modes. In this case I will select edit mode to edit our cube. Or you can just press tab on your keyboard to switch between edit and object modes. In object mode you can perform simple actions like moving, scaling, rotating, etc. While in edit mode, you can edit your mesh in detail. Hope you get what I mean. So these little dots that you can see on our cube, these are known as vertices. Everything in our 3D scenes are made up of vertices. One vertex is one vertex. Two vertices make an edge, while four vertices make a face. To make a perfect customizable mesh, you will need it to be made up of faces having four vertices. I want to select the top face. Now we could select the face by manually selecting the four vertices, but it is tedious, time consuming and not recommended. There is a quick way. Up here you can see three modes. First one is vertex select mode, the second is edge select mode, and the third one is face select mode. Select the face select mode or press 3 on your keyboard. Now just click on any face to select. Select the top face, press G. Now we can move it. Press Z to move it only on the Z axis. Move it up until it looks sensible. Until it looks like the size of how tall a real building will be. Move this dude out of the way so it's not trapped in the cube again. Go to the front view and press S and then X, and now it will only scale on the X axis. Scale it until it looks sensible and kinda realistic. Press tab to switch to edit mode and select the back face. Press G and then Y to move it along the Y axis. Move it until it's the size of a real life building. Anyways, I want to tell you that I put polls in the community space of my channel about which tutorial should I upload next. So make sure to vote that sometimes. Okay, so we scale this cube. We will need to apply the scale on it. Let me explain what I mean. Intermediate users will already know what I mean, but I also take care of those of my subscribers who are completely jerks. So if you press N on the keyboard, a hidden menu will appear. Here you can view the transform of your selected mesh, i.e. rotation, location and scale. In the location it shows how much you move the mesh. Currently it's 0 on X and Y, but 1 on Z because we only moved the cube on Z axis in the beginning. On rotation, it's all 0 because we are not guilty of rotation yet. On scale, it's all 1 except x because we scale this cube on x-axis up to 2 meters. Applying rotation and location does not matter, but you must apply scale if you want most of the modifiers to work correctly. I will explain modifiers later. When you apply the scale, it becomes 1 again. So to apply the scale, go to Object, Apply, and then select Scale. Or the quicker way is to press Ctrl A and then select Scale. And now it's applied. One thing that I want to explain is a very common one, which drives some beginners mad. So when you move around in the viewport, you are no longer able to focus on an object. I mean, you can't zoom into it or move into it or rotate around it even if you select it. This is because the object is out of focus. To make your object be in your focus again, click this key on your keyboard. I don't know what it's called, but still press it. Okay, and then choose View Selected. In edit mode, select the top face. Now I want to move it up in such a way that it cuts the cube in 2 parts from the point where I will start moving. You can do this by extruding. To extrude, just press E on your keyboard and start moving it up. Now you can see that the cube has split into 2 parts. Select the front face. You can see if I just press G and move it out, it sticks to the rest of the cube. This is where extruding comes in handy. Press E and start extruding. Now let's make the roof. To do that, first select these 2 faces and extrude them out. We will make the triangular kind of roof that you often see in medieval architecture. Now choose Edge Select mode and select these edges. Currently, if we scale them by pressing S, it's not what we want, right? We want to scale it only on the x-axis, so press S and then X. On the top left corner, you can see the value of scaling. I want it to be exact 0, so just type in 0 to smash these edges together. Now, as we smash these edges together, these vertices are intersecting now. As you can see, this one vertex is from the left part and this one is from the right part. To clear up the intersecting vertices, press A to select everything, then press M and choose by distance. It says remove 9 vertices. This will clear out any vertices which are intersecting. Okay, so in the next part we will be doing some more modeling, so make sure to watch that.